Raiders defensive end, I say about 2 weeks ago, on RaiderNews.com, he made a guarantee that Oakland Raiders will be in the playoffs not 5 years from now, not 2 years from now, not 1 year from now, but this year. And then after that guarantee we'll get into the playoffs, they go and get mollywopped by the New York Jets. 38 to nothing or 40 something, whatever the score was. It was a lot of points to no points, to donut, zero. Yeah, you know, he's not Joe Namath, you know, putting his foot in his mouth, you know, not Rasheed Wallace. You know, Rasheed Wallace said back in the day, I guarantee we will beat the Lakers, or whatever he said, and then the next day in the headlines it was guaranteed, and that was kind of funny. And they did it, you know. But Mr. Richard Seymour for the Raiders, you know, he's a good player. You know, Nami's a good player. They got good talent in certain positions. But as I said before, a lot of the players from Oakland are just in it for one reason, and that's show me the money, give me paychecks. You know, if we win, cool. If we don't, oh well. We make the playoffs, oh well. And that's their attitude. They just want paychecks. I'm not saying that's how Mr. Seymour is, or some of the other players are, but a lot of the players are just there for the money. And if I were the coach, it was up to me, my decision. I'm getting rid of majority of those players on the team, and I know exactly which players I would cut immediately and who I would go for immediately, who would I be looking for. And as far as draft picks, if I would give people more leeway, you know, to do a little bit more instead of getting these players. For example, me personally, I would not have drafted Jamarcus Russell. Me personally, I said this before they even drafted. I said, I hope they don't get this guy. I would have gone with the Brady Quinn. As far as running backs, I really like Moreno, No-Show Moreno, whatever his name is, for the Broncos. I liked him in college. You know, I've been watching this guy for a long time, and you know, I was like, ooh, now that's a guy I would look at to draft. You know, if he comes in the NFL, that's a guy I would probably pick up. Then they go ahead and they get this guy named Darren McFadden. Darren McFadden's a good player or whatnot. You know, he's good in his own right. But me personally, I would have picked a different player. As for receivers, I would have gone with the Calvin Johnson. You know what I mean? I would have, you know, I just would have done things just a little bit different. But hey, as some people say, just like the guy from ESPN, Stephen A. Smith or Jackson, whatever his name is, Stephen A. Smith, he says, it is what it is. And that's basically what it is. It is what it is, you know. They hired a bad coach and getting Art Shell and his little shenanigans, you know, all those people. That little thing was a disaster. You know, they had a good preseason. You can say that they won all the preseason games, but that didn't matter. It didn't count. What matters is what you do in the real season. Like Warren Sapp said already a few weeks back, he said, "Man, Raiders season is done. Stick a fork in them. They're done." You know, I would hate to write them off, but really, I mean, there's no consistency. They win. They play tough, real tough versus San Diego in Oakland. And then they play the Chiefs, squeak the win, barely. Then you get brutalized by the Broncos. And then the next game you lose. I forget who they played. They lost to somebody. I can't remember off the top of my head. And someone else they lost to. And then they go and beat the Eagles. Huh? The Eagles? The playoff team Eagles? Yes. And then you make a guarantee, and then you get mollywopped by the Jets. Now you're playing San Diego today, and I don't know. It's just too up and down. I need more consistent players, more consistent plays from the quarterback position, more consistent plays from the wide receiver position, more consistency from that defensive line positions, more consistency from those linebackers. I need more effort, more desire from the players. I don't care if you're just a guy holding the football for the extra point. I just need people to do their job It could be the smallest little things. Just do the things you have to do to win. And that's what it all boils down to. Doing the necessary things you need to do to win the game. And if you're not, as Herm Edwards says, if you're not playing to win the game of football, you don't need to be playing football. If you're here just collecting checks, you don't need to be playing football. We need to get players who want to win. Doesn't matter if you pay me league minimum, if you pay me above and beyond, or anywhere in between. You must want to win. You must have desire and passion to play the game. And if you're not drafting players like Mr. Miller, the tight end, if you're not getting guys like Nnamdi Asomugha and Richard Seymour and you know, maybe even put a little Mike Huff in the mix, if you're not getting players that safety from Ohio, that's another great player they picked up. If you're not getting guys who have talent and who want to improve and who have desire to get better and have that type of potential, then they don't need to be on the football field. They don't need to be playing for the guys in silver and black. Put them with the Chargers, you know, put them with the Patriots or some other team, you know, put them over there. They don't belong in our organization. Our organization is like it says, a strive for excellence. You know what I mean? And if you're not striving for excellence and you're not committed, then you don't need to be wearing silver and black. Period. And that's just how I feel. You do not deserve to wear that uniform. Guys like Bo Jackson, guys like Tim Brown, guys like Rich Gannon, you know, I can go on and on and on and on about different guys, even Romanowski and those guys. You do not deserve to wear that uniform at all, and that's just my opinion. You know, if I were playing, I would give it 110%. Even I know the big guys will knock me down and run me over, but I will give it my all each and every down as if it's my last down. That's the way I played when I played football, and that's the way I expect these professional athletes to play. Not just, oh well, you know, oh well, we lost. I'm going to pretend like I'm angry in the interviews. Oh yeah, blah blah blah, give them the same old speech. We'll get them next time, yada yada yada. And the same thing happens over and over and over again. And it's just, it's stupid. Pretty much is stupid, and I'm just tired of these guys that are picking up. Man, I wish we had more. I wish we were like the Green Bay Packers, where the fans are like part owners of the team, and they have more say-so and more input. I wish we had that type of authority and that type of privilege like the Packers do. I think us as fans, you know, we can say, hey, you know what? Let's hold off on this guy, hold off on him. I kind of like, you know, have some type of say-so, and maybe we could be in a better direction than old man Al Davis, what he's doing. He's doing a horrible job. He needs to really just say, you know what, I'm old, I understand that. Let me give it over to somebody that's younger who understands today's game of football, not 1950s and 60s and 70s with John Madden as coach and all that. Yeah, what you did back then was great. We loved it, but today's game is different. You know, players are different. Everything is different. And you need to go with what's working and move with the times. You don't live in the past, because times change, people change, things are always progressing, and he's not moving with the times. And it's time for him to give it up and let some younger guy with vision and understands today's game lead the team, and let an owner be an owner, and let the coach be a coach. And that's another thing that's killing the Raiders, not letting the coach be a coach.